Good evening, good night, good morning, whatever time zone you're in. You are tuning in to the Chit Chat Chew Show podcast with your co-host Uno. That's who I'm known as and what people call me. And the other co-host is.
Aisha. Hey, y'all, affectionately known as Jade. What's going on?
All right, so we got a great show tonight. We're gonna have some pretty good discussions. The first would be Well, the first thing we're gonna get into, since we in Atlanta, we reside in Atlanta, so I guess and talk about something that's in the headlines that's concerning the city itself. So Kasim Reed is under investigation for federal bribery. We also going to talk about, if you haven't heard, I'm sure some people have because it's been in the headlines as well, the national headlines of a limo driver who killed 20 people in a limousine in New York. Also, the last topic, of course, Kanye West meets with Donald Trump at the White House. Just had to do it. Just had to do it. But before we get into anything, I want to also say I hope everyone had a great weekend. Of course, if you are in Atlanta, you know that Gay Pride happened over the weekend. So it was great. Me and Jay went to it. Part of a pre-birthday celebration for me as well. So they had the parade, they had different festivities, live performances. They had a lot going on. So I mean, it was pretty huge. I mean, yeah. So it was a great time, and I hope all you guys enjoyed yourselves, and everything went okay and wasn't too crazy. So I just wanted to put that out there. Anything you want to say before we proceed?
Besides me being tired, still dealing with this
Excuse me, I'm going to shut this door.
food poisoning that I have. So I'm going to be making an appointment really soon because, matter of fact, I tried making one, but the doctor's office, it was closed. But I'm going to follow back up if they don't return my phone call because this food poisoning thing and the whole mouthpiece, like everything is connected. The food poisoning, the mouth hurts, the headaches, the just what we as women tend to go through. I don't care what age, because all ages are getting things going on with them. So I'm trying to be as functional as possible, but I'm here. But yes, like you said, I hope everyone globally enjoyed their weekend, and it was cute. This year's LGBT. Yes, if you didn't know,
Large turnout.
yes,
It's
it was a nice turnout. So it was cute.
Heard it was on the news as well.
Oh, okay. All
Yeah.
right, for being in the news.
So they highlighted it for 2 hours, that parade.
Oh, how
Yeah.
nice. How nice. Okay.
Yeah.
So we appreciate all that came out, including the allies for the LGBT community.
Thank you.
And yes, kind of birthday, and it was just nice. The weather turned out being really nice.
Yeah.
So we're just going to dive in, and also we're going to talk about the Gulch.
You gotta tell me more on that, because I don't know what the hell that is. I'm lost.
So I'm lost because I'm not from Atlanta, but there's a certain area of Atlanta.
The Atlanta folk gonna probably kill me like, fool, you don't know what the heck?
I don't know. I'm thinking that that's over by our Mercedes Stadium, Vine City, North Side areas where they're considering the Gulch, but we're gonna find out because I'm not from Atlanta, but I've just been hearing on social media about how the current mayor, which is what's her name? Kiki.
Kiki, do you love me? Are you riding?
How I believe that she's really trying to get this whole Gulch and renovate it and all of that. So it sounds cute and it sounds good, but to me, it just feels like you really trying to kick out Everyone that's been there probably for years, raised and born there, trying to buy them out of their homes and things like that. So that's my perspective on it. But
the other thing I don't agree with what she did, how I've heard also about the way she's treating the prison system in Atlanta, how she wanted to shut down the jails. Like, does that make any sense?
I think I heard something like that about her wanting to shut down. Yeah, let me tell you something. To me, I'm gonna just be transparent and honest. She is another Mayor Kasim, just the female part of her.
True. That's true. That's real talk.
That's how I feel about it. No, I didn't vote for her.
Why? For what?
So, and listen, to me, I'm at the point, whatever color you could be, if you're going to do something positive and for the city and do the best that you can, I'm up for it. I'm not saying that I'm not for my people.
I'm not saying that either.
People.
We're not saying
however, that. Right. However, I'm not going to just base it off, okay, because she's a black and brown sister.
I'm not basing off this.
I just can't go there. Just like other politicians, but I'm gonna leave that alone. So be it. So yes, we're gonna talk good old Mayor Kasim.
Am I gonna start the article?
Yes, you are.
Or you are?
You are.
They're like, you got pulled up and ready to go.
No, I just have it pulled up. So when you're done with yours, I'm just gonna go into mine.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yes. So if you hear us reiterate things, just keep listening.
Yes, pardon us. Okay, so is Mayor Kasim Reed breaking the law? When you see lights and hear sirens, you get out of the way knowing first responders are heading to an emergency. But a Channel 2 Action News investigation found Atlanta Mayor Kasim Reed routinely travels in the same way using flashing blue lights and screaming sirens. Channel 2's Lori Gary spoke with law enforcement officials who said it is a clear violation of the law. Gary and a team of Channel 2 producers and photographers spent weeks of examining the mayor's trips in his city-provided SUV. Hold on, wait, what in the world? Let me make sure this. No. Okay, it might be the second article. I don't want to read that one. Yes, this is the one I want to read. Okay, yes, this is from AJC.com. This is the one. Kasim Reed campaign operative part of Atlanta federal bribery probe. Mitzi Bickers, a political consultant with close ties to Atlanta Mayor Kasim Reed, is identified in documents released by Atlanta City Government Thursday as being part of the federal investigation that has enveloped City Hall. Reed's administration released 1.4 million pages of documents that had previously been turned over to federal investigators. Good God, 1.4 million pages? Oh man, do you know how much time they gotta go through all that? An August 19th subpoena names Bickers and demands her work product as a city employee or contractor along with work from any of her companies. Really? Did it just do that? Wow. Okay. Along with work from any of her companies or organizations she represented as a contractor. There was at least 310 filing boxes stuffed with information about Bickers. The Atlanta Journal-Constitution and Channel 2 Action News had previously identified Bickers as a person who had been an executive in Elvin E.R. Mitchell Jr.'s construction company. Mitchell pleaded guilty in federal court January 25th to a count of conspiracy to commit bribery and launder money. Additionally, Bickers helped Reed win the mayor's office in 2009 with an effective Get Out of the Vote campaign, then worked for the Reed administration from 2010 to 2013 as his Director of Human Relations. The AJC and Channel 2 also reported that Bickers' communications company employed as its chief financial officer Shandrick J. Barnes, a felon who was arrested for leaving dead rats on Mitchell's property and throwing a brick through his window with the words, "ER, keep your mouth shut, shut up." A second construction contractor, C.P. Richards, was charged with bribery in federal court Wednesday. He is expected to plead guilty February 16th. The AJC in Channel 2 has previously identified more than $7 million in payments to Mitchell's company for emergency work performed mostly during the 2011 and 2014 snowstorms. A second federal subpoena, dated November 30th, asked for emergency contracts between the city and Mitchell's company. So that was the article from AJC.com once again. I'm not surprised. I mean, Bill Campbell did the same thing. I mean, throughout his entire run as mayor 20 years ago. My thing is, why can't people just come in there and do the right thing? That's my whole thing. Like, do they not know that people are watching and eventually this stuff catches up? And then the point you brought up about Keisha Bottoms, just because she's black, you know, you didn't vote for her, you know, go on a limb support her like that because she's black. You're basing more on her actions and what she stands for, right. And, you know, and what can she do for black people. I mean, of course, Atlanta itself, of all races, okay, yes, okay, but but right now I'm basing on race right now. What she can do for black people. And with Kasim Reed, it's the same, you're applying the same thing, like the thing that black people do. The problem is okay, there's nothing wrong with voting for people who are black, because yes, you're supposed to support your own people. You're supposed to have their back. You're supposed to ride for them. I totally get that. I'm not saying don't, because white people do it all the time. And some of them do the most heinous things and then be involved in the most crookedest mess you hear through the headlines. However, we can't do what they do. So let's be real about it. We can't do what they do. So we have to always watch the things we do and always carry ourselves in a productive way and always try to be the best you can be when you have an opportunity to change things, not necessarily the world, but to change things around you, and that where it can benefit others, especially if it's come to your own people. And then you have black skin. So what you saying about Keisha Bottoms, I don't see that in Kasim. I mean, so what if he's black? I mean, look through his track record from the span of time that he's been in the seat as far as mayor. When he was, well, former mayor, he's former mayor, but when he was mayor, what did he do for black people? Can y'all name me anything he's done? Name one thing, because I don't see Keisha doing anything. What is she doing? Can you name me something, Jay? I'm just saying, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just trying to prove a point.
Well, of course, when it comes to the LGBT,
that doesn't count.
No, but you asked me.
Right.
So I'm like kind of thinking like them. Like when it comes to the whole LGBT community, you know,
I understand that.
You know, they like her because she stepped in, right? Yeah. And then I know as far as you know, the Muslim community, she had Ramadan at City Hall.
I respect that.
You know, it's been little things that she's come out here and done.
Where has she done for black people? See?
So I'm just saying, overall, those are two little small things. I hear what you're saying, but I think that other people think that they don't think bigger than that. Because to me, in reality, she's really, I mean, she does those little things because it's making her look good as well.
That's true.
You know, but I think the bigger picture of it is that she's really looking to tear down. She's going in these neighborhoods like Vine City. She's gone in these neighborhoods like, what is it, Ashview, and all over.
It's going to be all over eventually.
Right, and just
a domino effect.
And just rebuild. and knock people over. Like not over,
And you
but
just
knock
mentioned
people
something
out.
about people that's old residents in these neighborhoods,
That's
like
been
communities,
born and bred there.
pushing them out of the neighborhood,
offering them,
jacking the prices up on living spaces.
So they're going. So I'm thinking that, and it's just my opinion. I'm thinking that, they want to buy out the homeowners that's been there for years for low cost, for low cost.
Mm-hmm.
Probably some homeowners will take it, and then what they're going to do is remodel and sell high.
Yeah.
So you're really not going to get your value or your worth.
Then you got to look at the equity of the area, of the geographical area.
Especially around that way where the Mercedes Stadium is at, and they're just rebuilding or renovating all around that area. So not only
you're raising the living, you're raising because the equity is where it's at.
Is where it's at.
So if the equity is worth something, it's gonna be jacked.
It's gonna be jacked up. So
you're absolutely right though. But I just don't see what she's done for black people. I'm not taking away from, because we are part of the LGBTQ. I'm not taking away from that.
No, I'm not taking away. I'm definitely not taking away from it. I mean, she was in the parade yesterday.
Yeah,
waving and smiling.
And what's her name? Not the governor.
And the governor to be Stacey Abrams.
She's gonna be.
She's more than likely going to be governor
because she's black. That's what they're only basing it on. They're not basing it on her morals, principles, ethics, what she stands for, nothing. They're just basing off that. That's it.
So it's going to be really interesting because I also think, as me and Uno have talked, that they're just really trying to kick us out of the city and push us more into Clayton County and Gwinnett County.
The South Side.
Right, the South Side.
Old South Side. Old West Side. Anywhere, any hoods or any low income area, that's where they want to push all the black people at.
And even with that, like even West End and Westview and Dixie Hill, like all of that is going to be renovated.
Yeah. A lot of gentrification
is really about to happen.
It gotta face reality, y'all. That's just what it is.
All these belt lines, you can just go anywhere in the city and find a belt line.
You remember when we was on the south side that time? It was
over by the airport.
Yeah, remember when they had that belt line down there with them hotels?
Those hotels were going into like Clayton County.
Right.
Belt line.
That was kind of shocking in a way. Like, hey, what the hell? Where this come from?
Right. Just the belt line by the airport, like the backside of the airport. It's just gentrification and all of this renovating and pushing people out. And if you don't stand and know your worth of who you are and where you came from, you'll fall easy.
Yeah, that's true. Like we always do, black people fall for anything. So they push Keisha Bottoms, the black face out, and black people just fall for the bait.
And again, to me, she's just another Mayor Kasim.
That's true. I said that
just in a dress.
You notice I never said much about Keisha Bottoms since this whole time she's been, like before she got in the seat and even after she got in the seat of being mayor. Y'all notice I haven't said much about Keisha. Now, there's a reason why I have not said much, because I saw right through the bullshit. Because to me, I just thought, like you said, another Kasim Reed. There's really no difference.
And I'm sure that they probably off screen, they all get up. To me, all of them get up together, whether they black or white.
That's true.
They all get up together, have some drinks, and they talk politics. And that's just kind of how I feel.
That's true. Mary Norwood was there.
And Mary Norwood, because she's an ally.
Yeah.
She was at like Keisha. She's an ally.
Like Stacey Abrams.
Like Stacey. And so many of them, because there was a few other politicians that was there as well too. True. But it's voting season, so they're gonna come out. It's expected for them to come out because November 6th is the date that you actually go vote, but actually early voting is right now. I think it either started today or starting tomorrow.
Unless you're a true Republican like Trump and you are redneck, then you will not. I didn't see those mayors there. Those true racist, redneck, super Republican, old-fashioned white people. You didn't see
Well, they
that
probably
there.
were the Jesus pushers.
Some of them.
Some of them.
Yeah,
Some of
that's
them.
true. That's
Not
true.
knocking Jesus, because I don't want none of y'all Christians. Y'all know how y'all get if somebody mention the word Jesus, but get over yourself, okay? So anyway, moving forward, because they ain't gonna try me tonight. We're not doing this tonight, okay? We could agree to disagree. It ain't all your way. It's not all our way.
Well, we can't. Let's not get sensitive over every little thing. Come on, guys, please. Just like the LGBTQ, like LGBTQ community is way too sensitive. Guys, lighten up. Have a tough skin. Okay.
Yeah, that's going to be a subject we're going to talk on
right.
other platform. But you're right.
I was equating it to how
you're right.
the Christian people lighten up. Have tough skin. Okay.
Right.
Everyone is not going to agree with everything you're doing or saying. Okay.
Or your beliefs.
Or your beliefs, and that's okay.
It is okay. Perfectly okay.
It is okay.
That is what makes this world the way that it is.
Right.
Because we're all unique and we're all different in our own right, and it's okay to agree to disagree. It's all about respect.
That's true.
You don't have to agree.
That's fine.
Because a person's not Christian. Okay. And next, we have bigger problems.
Right. And if a gay person says something that the LGBT don't like because we automatically supposed to agree on everything and support everything, no, that's not how it goes either.
Right.
So, gotcha. I mean, yeah, you're right. I mean, yeah, just move past it. I mean, like you said, everybody's not going to agree on the same thing. Just we all different. That's what makes us different. We all have minds of our own. We think differently, but we can, like you said, we agree to disagree and be respectful. But dang, soon as someone that's in the community LGBTQ says something different and biased and not one-dimensional, then everybody just attacking. Like, chill out. It's okay.
Right. Like if a person chooses not to be gay or lesbian or whatever anymore, and they choose to go a different path,
that's okay.
That is okay, and that is their path. Let them have it.
Right. You can't force people to be something they don't want to be. I don't get it.
Right.
Anywho.
Yeah, anywho. Moving forward. So, are you done with yours?
Oh, no, I just wanted to say something.
Oh, sure, please.
No, I was just saying.
No, go ahead. Here we go. Dramatic time.
She was slick thugging me. I'm like, oh boy.
I am not thugging her. I just want to be respectful to make sure.
Let me hurry up and do a 2 minute before she says.
No, you don't have to hurry up. Don't do this on camera, okay?
No, I was just saying with Keisha Bottoms. Kasim. Let's just focus on Kasim. I'm just saying with Kasim. Really, with black mayors in general. Again, there's nothing wrong with supporting your own people, even if they have the same color skin and they have the same struggle as you and they look like you. There's nothing wrong with that. However, you got to make sure who you vote for and pick are for your best interests. So if all black people came together, and voted for a person, and honestly, it's not even about voting. Like it's more to it than just voting. You have to do more than just voting. If a whole bunch of black people came together financially and actually backed Kasim or Keisha up, then you got to put their foot to the fire. They got to make sure things are getting accomplished in the black community as far as the issues and problems that plagues us right now. And they have to be for our best interest. That's going to help us. Because if not, they don't need to be there at all. That's my only issue with black people. They jump on everything. We jump off emotion. Everything's on emotion. We got to stop going in that direction. We got to stop feeling like that. We got to stop thinking like that. It's okay to be emotional when it's needed and when it's time to be emotional. But when it comes to politics, all that's out the door. You got to be more progressive. You got to be thinking. You got to be smart. You got to be strategic. This is the only way we're going to win the battle. Okay? But if you got this guy like Kasim Reed and you got this chick, Keisha Bottoms, who just there to look good, that's not serving our cause. And me and Jada's not knocking Kasim and Keisha.
Not at all.
All we're saying is there's really no
Make them accountable.
Make them accountable.
Make them accountable. Like seriously.
They're like the typical politicians. That's what makes it bad. Yes.
And come together, like not only by word, but come together as that village, as that community, not only with your mouth, but economic as well. You got to bring them dollars.
That's true.
Because
money talks and BS walks.
Yes, because
that's politics.
There are bigger issues in our black and brown communities, the homelessness and the mental illness and the youth being homeless and unemployment rate, and our brothers and sisters incarcerated
and street gangs and
right,
all kinds of stuff.
And literacy, and it's just a wealth of things that need to be addressed. Don't get me wrong, it's nice to have seen them in parades and all that.
Yeah, we're not taking away.
So I'm not taking that away. But it's bigger issues, and you can't just because you may not get an answer that day. Come back, keep coming. You gotta keep pushing.
Consistent, man, persistent and consistent.
And you have to come out. Numbers are strong.
That's true.
So you have to come out, and you have to, and we have to represent the transportation. And I'm not ashamed to say it, and it's not knocking because I've spoke to Una. You have to again not always be in your feelings, people. Like I've addressed like the transportation. I'm not used to the transportation here. I'm used to how it is from up north in California. So because I make a statement on, like prime example today at work, I was speaking with someone who is born and raised from Atlanta, and myself and one of the coworkers, the other coworker, he's from New York. So we were asked how did we, so my coworker at work from New York said, well, how do you like being in Atlanta? I said, I've gotten adjusted to it. And that's my honest truth. I've gotten adjusted to it, right? But I'm very transparent and I'm very open when I say I want to move back to California. So the young man from Atlanta was like, oh my God, why would you want to be there? It's so expensive. Well, it has gotten very expensive in Atlanta. You go to certain areas and it's probably going to get even more expensive by the time they get finished renovating.
It's already expensive.
So, and then, so then also I mentioned, I think he asked me like, what's a downfall for you? And I said, to be honest, it's transportation, which it is. And I'm aware because Uno has told me, once upon a time, the transportation used to run more.
And
better, but somewhere in between them
not
years.
Saying it's perfect now. I'm not saying that.
Oh, no transportation is perfect.
Right.
But somewhere in between, something happened and they cut out stuff. Right. So that was my only downfall. So he got into his feelings, and I'm like, it's not even that serious. You asked me a question, what was the downfall? And I said, transportation. But it wasn't to put Atlanta down. That's why I'm saying.
But people don't feel like that. Just like if someone talked about Jersey, you wouldn't feel some kind of way. Like if someone said New Jersey ain't shit.
Okay.
Would you
and I'm gonna say, okay, that's really your opinion. But it's for me, it's how you project it. Like I didn't say anything that was disrespectful. Like I didn't say anything like, I hate Atlanta.
That's true.
But he has a right. But if he feels that way, that's your feeling. I'm not gonna take it away from you, but I'm also not gonna let you like come at me.
That's true. Because you only based your honest opinion. You wasn't attacking him.
No, I wasn't attacking him nor attacking the city. You asked me a genuine question, and I gave him a genuine, non-disrespectful answer. So again, that's what I say. We're gonna agree to disagree. Everything is not for everybody. I'm from Jersey and Philly, and I got pros and cons with them too. So I'm okay with that. Your opinion is your opinion.
That's true.
Just how you coming off on me, that's how I might take it. I might just be triggered and take it a different way. Like if you attacking, I know the difference. I can't explain it right now, but I know the difference on when you're genuine saying what you got to say, which you're entitled to, versus you attacking like, really? Okay, then I'm going to go somewhere else.
People are sensitive about Atlanta.
Okay, well, okay. People
that's
sensitive.
How they is.
Okay.
I'm not saying me. I'm just saying that's how some people is.
Well, then, okay, you can be sensitive, but maybe don't ask questions that you don't want answered.
That's true. Yeah.
That go anywhere. Don't ask questions if you don't want them. Like,
you ain't ready for the answer.
Right. Like they say, oh, I love direct, honest people. But then when you give them direct and honest, their little feelings is hurt.
Yeah.
Well, what the hell you say you want direct, honest people for when you couldn't take it? You should just shut the hell up and just let it be. But anyway, yeah. It's all good. At the end of the day, for me, it's all good because I have a plan in 4 to 5 years tops.
Nah. Make it closer than that.
Well, that was what I had said.
No, you
I said
California?
4. I said 4.
I thought you said 2 to 4.
No. Yeah, I said 2 to 4. Your face.
Because I saw the stats.
I know you. 2 to 4, so I have up to 4 years. But get it together.
I want us to aim for 2. Shoot.
Well, if it happened in 2 years, if it's aligned in 2 years, then so be it.
That's what I want.
Is in line. Yes, we're talking about moving to California. We're talking about moving to California. So we have 2 to 4 years to make that happen.
My phone buzzing like that. But okay.
But yes. Anyway, let's get back up on the topic. I'm gonna let you finish. Continuing what you were saying.
Oh no. All thing I'm just gonna say is, if you're gonna vote, please vote the right people in there. Right. Make sure it's vote responsible. Make sure it's a conscious decision that's comfortable and right for our people. That's all I'm saying.
Right. Please just don't vote.
Throw anybody in there.
Right.
Because they black.
Right.
Who cares if they're black? And
vote responsible. Do your due diligence. Stay on top of them.
Can't trust everybody.
Whoever wins, stay on top of them.
You can't trust nobody.
Exactly. Go in numbers. Stop being so lazy and stop having that mentality like, oh, whatever's going to happen is just going to happen. No. Go out to these meetings. If you can't go, it's almost like it's almost like kind of having like a buddy system, so to speak. Yeah. If you can't go, the other person should be able to go. Somebody should be able to go to these things. And not just one time. You have to keep going back. They get paid big money. Make them again accountable and responsible.
Make them work too.
Make them earn that.
Right.
Like seriously, make them earn that.
See, it goes back to trust once again.
Yeah. Ask the questions. Don't be afraid, y'all. Run your mouths for everything else. Go up there. If you go to these meetings, open up your mouth. If you voted, open up your mouth and talk.
That's true.
Let them know what the problems are at hand.
I'll put it like this. We need another Andrew Jackson. Does that sum that up for you black people? We need another Andrew Jackson. No more Bill Campbells, because that's all I've been seeing.
It was Andrew Jackson? Who
was it Andrew Young? No, Andrew Young. I think it was Andrew Young. We need an Andrew Young. Excuse me, apologies. Andrew Young. We need an Andrew Young.
What about that other one, Maynard?
Maynard Jackson? That's who it was.
Maynard
Jackson. That's what I meant to say. What was his first name? Andrew?
Maynard.
Yes. Yeah, okay, yes it was. Yes. All right, so let me correct all of that. I apologize. Had a
little brief moment.
Stupidity of the brain. Apologies.
Had a long day at work moment.
A long day of life too, man. Just thinking about a lot. So I'm just trying to, get through all this. But Maynard Jackson. We need another Maynard Jackson, okay? That pretty much sums it up, how I feel and what we need if we're going to talk about mayors. We need someone who has that representation. That's the person that I can see, represent someone like him, that kind of, that energy, that spirit, that mind, everything. We don't need no more Bill Campbells, no more. Because that's all I've been seeing after him. To me, a bunch of Bill Campbells. So y'all need to push for Maynard Jacksons. And that's all I'm saying. Move on.
Okay, so the topic at hand that I'm reading is another one about Mayor Kasim. And it is titled, Former Atlanta Mayor Kasim Reed Under Investigations by Feds. He looks so pretty, like he's been made up with some clear lip gloss on.
He's a little woo. You know what I mean?
Anywho.
A little fruity.
Oh my gosh. Former Atlanta Mayor Kasim Reed is allegedly being investigated by federal authorities as to how he spent money for himself and his security staff during his eight-year reign as the city's top executive, reports the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. The probe reportedly centers on a $40,000 payment Reed made using city funds to cover a luxury trip to South Africa. The AJC and Channel 2 Action News report that law firm McFadden Davis interviewed Reed after delivering an oral report during a closed-door executive session with the city board about Partners for Prosperity, the nonprofit fundraising arm of Invest Atlanta that accepted $40,000 from the city, only to return the money a few months later. The transaction was an attempt by Reed to fulfill his promise to have a non-government agency pay for a portion of the expensive airfare. The law firm's July report found no criminal wrongdoing, Atlanta's news sources report, but experts in internal investigations and a member of city council are questioning the thoroughness of the probe. Federal prosecutors, meanwhile, delivered a subpoena to the city last week, demanding a copy of the review into Partners for Prosperity. It was the second known federal subpoena naming the charity. Atlanta City Council President Felicia Moore questioned how the Invest Atlanta board could take action based upon a probe that had not even interviewed Reed. How do you make that determination without talking to the central figure in all of this, and that's the former mayor, Moore said. It does not make any sense. The August 22nd federal grand jury subpoena seeks all internal and external audit investigative reports related to the charity and the $40,000 payment. The subpoena also seeks all travel, calendar, and credit card spending records for all employees of the mayor's office, as well as those of Reed Security during security detail during his 8 years in office. It's unclear what, if any, legal misconduct the feds are examining in relation to the charity. The subpoena is the clearest example to date that Reed and members of his office are under scrutiny in the long-running federal investigation into City Hall corruption. The Invest Atlanta board stripped its CEO, Alicia Clementic, of her contract and a six-figure buyout clause based on the law firm's findings. The report faulted her conduct as it related to charity bylaws and the mixing of her role at the city's economic development agency. Invest Atlanta retained Clementic as as chief executive on an at-will basis. Jessica Gable Seno, a Georgia State University law professor who has conducted similar investigations, said the city's probe wouldn't have taken place without Reed's action. And it would be critical for the firm to interview the former mayor before issuing findings to the board. Seno said prosecutors' request for additional documents related to Partners for Prosperity indicates the feds are trying to unravel what she described as a shell game. So yeah, Invest Atlanta is one of those organizations that if you are, especially like a first-time home buyer, that's what your interest is. You have to go through their like information sessions, and it tells you the steps or the process on how to purchase homes, and you have to go through this procedure, and then they eventually assist with down payment for a home and things of that nature. That's kind of, you can, if you want to, you can certainly Google Invest Atlanta. But it's just a shame because genuine people who want to do genuine things and make their life better for them and or their family, you have to even be careful. And there's not that many resources here in Atlanta that helps with a lot of down payment assistance for home buying.
It's like you have to have your own finances to even purchase a home or even rent out a home.
Let alone, I mean, I know that the process, you do have to come up with a certain amount of money on your own as well. But I mean,
they don't have a lot of services for financing homes, though.
Right. Here in Georgia, they do not. It's a few.
And if you say yes, you'll lie. And if you say yes, give us some information.
Right.
Show us some proof.
Put more information besides Invest Atlanta or what is that? Georgia Dream.
No, not that. We talking about other sources in Georgia.
Or
period.
Just sources in general. Yes.
Put it right here in the comment section.
Put it in the comment. Because that's what it's about.
Sharing is caring.
Caring is sharing, and knowledge is power, and power is knowledge.
Yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So, yes, this has been going on with Kasim for a long time. He's been in there, 8 years, I said?
Yeah.
So I kind of came in when he was already mayor when I moved to Atlanta, and it's just been going downhill to me. Like, again, like you were saying, black and whites, all colors do they dirt.
Right.
But the thing is,
we're not focused on all the races right now. We need to focus on us. That's a problem. We keep taking the focus off of us and blaming on everybody else. We need to point that finger right back to us because that's where the responsibility and accountability comes in at.
Right. But the thing is, we get caught and we go down.
But we shouldn't be doing it in the first place because we don't have the same privilege as they do. That's my whole point.
Right.
Why just not go in there and do the right thing and be done?
Absolutely.
Keep clean hands. I mean, like you said, throw the book at you. Throw you under the jail. You already talking because you're black. Now you got to go in there and make it worse. I don't get it. I don't get it. I guess it's too much like doing the right thing. Apparently. That's how I see it. Well, especially for what I've been looking at and reading, obviously.
That's true.
Oh, would you like to read? Because I see another name.
You have something else you would like? Okay, so there's another one from CBS46.com, and this says Kasim Reed under investigation for video tooting. Is that tooting? Toting, excuse me. Toting Keisha Land's bottom. The Georgia Secretary of State has opened an investigation into a video posted by the former Atlanta Mayor Kasim Reed toting mayoral runoff candidate Keisha Land's bottoms. So this is an older one back from November of 2017. So Reed posted a video of himself, his wife, and young daughter as they were leaving their polling place at Fickett Elementary School in Southwest Atlanta. In the video, Reed says who he voted for, Lance Bottoms, of course, and tells anyone watching to do the same. His wife, Sarah Elizabeth, also does the same. So under here it says Kasim Reed. So why the investigation? So according to the Georgia Code 21-2-414, no person shall solicit votes in any manner, or by any means or method, nor shall any person distribute any campaign literature, newspaper, booklets, pamphlets, card, sign, or any other written or printed matter of any kind, nor shall any person conduct any exit poll or public opinion poll with voters on any primary or election day, with one within 150 feet of the outer edge of any building within which a polling place is established, 2, within any polling place, or 3, within 25 feet of any voter standing in line to vote at any polling place. Any person who violates this code any person who violates this code section shall be guilty of a misdemeanor. So the Georgia Secretary of State released this statement on the investigation. We received a complaint yesterday regarding statements that Mayor Reed allegedly made at his polling place. We review every complaint that we receive, and we have opened a state election board investigation into this matter. We cannot say anything further about this spending investigation at the time. So Mayor Kasim Reed's office also responded to the investigation saying, this purported news story is nonsense. It is nothing more than an attempt by Mary Norwood to distract attention away from her unexpected loss last evening. And of course, again, this is when Mayor Kasim was and Keisha Lance Bottoms and Mary Norwood were running against each other. But again, to me, they all in cahoots together. I definitely think that Keisha and Kasim are like best friends ever. So this whole the whole political arena is a scam anyway to me. So as for Keisha Lance Bottoms, she is facing a runoff election against Mayor Norwood that was back in last year, November the 5th. So yeah, that's my feelings. Of course, she won. She's mayor here in Atlanta.
But they say she cheated.
She cheated.
She cheated her way into the seat, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like rigging the votes.
Right.
And I'm sure she was probably involved in some bribery as well. I wouldn't be surprised, because that's what comes with politics when it comes to voting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and if you want to get on a national scale, even with the Trump and Hillary race, I mean, Hillary was accused of, stealing votes and giving briberies to people and all kinds of stuff.
It's a game.
It's a whole big game. Just to win.
Seriously, just to win.
And have some kind of power to use to your advantage.
Right. And plus throw us off. Right. Because I feel like they already know who's going to win.
Oh, absolutely. They wanted Trump to win. It was a reason they wanted Trump to win. Because they're all in the same circle, man. Yeah, like you said, they all in cahoots.
That's just how I feel. Everybody else has the right to feel.
It ain't no how you feel, but it's facts. All you gotta do is look at the background of this whole thing. I'm not talking about on a local scale. I'm talking about on a national scale. We're talking about Trump, heavyweights, Trump, Hillary, Obama. We're talking about Democrat, Republican, who wearing red tie, blue tie, politicians, government, the whole nine. Everybody's in cahoots because they're under the same damn bird. This is all a game. They know who's going to win, how it's going to be played out, what you're supposed to say, what you're not supposed to say, what you're supposed to do, what you're not supposed to do. All of it is pre-planned. So, you feel that way, but that is based on more than feeling. This is actually stuff you can actually look up. This is factual information. So, yes, even on a local scale, yeah. I mean, I truly believe the same tactics and moves are used on the local level as well. I'm not saying everything, but some things.
Mm-hmm. That it is.
So I don't trust nobody. Mm-hmm. Local or national. Yeah, that includes Obama, because I don't trust him either. Yep, I said it, and that's what I said. I said what I said.
Yes.
You just now like 20 minutes ago you spoke on how the Christians, you had to put that disclaimer in there so they won't get censored. Well, they censored about their Obama.
Yes, they are. They're very sensitive about their Obama.
They don't play about that.
They do not play about their Obama, and they what is it? They floatus and POTUS.
Oh, Michelle Obama.
Yes.
And and if we talking about the music level, they don't play about that Beyonce.
They don't play about Beyonce.
Females don't play about Beyonce. And
Obey.
And dudes don't play about Pop, about Tupac. Those are two people they don't play about. Beyonce and Tupac. They'll literally fight you. They will go to verbal war with you over Pop and Beyonce. Because I've seen it. Because the things I've said about Pop, boy, you talking about on my ass. I mean, they're on my ass. I think it's weird. That's weirdo shit to me though. But whatever. I don't know nothing.
But they're them to want to speak about other things that are more that are important, like other real life issues that's going on, and you hear birds chirping.
True.
You don't really hear people talk about those things.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, damn, it's like, do they really go hard for those issues? Or are they family? Do they even go that hard for their family? And it makes me wonder. Like, if y'all go this hard for people you don't know and worship, do you go this hard for people that is actually kin to you? You might need to reevaluate your life, people. Because you look stupid. Okay? Stop worshiping these people that you don't know. And you need to use your discernment. That I get it. They're great entertainers, great performers. They influenced the music game tremendously. I get it. They made an impact on music. I get it. However, you have to learn to separate that from the personal. Separate that from the person. If it's right, it's right. And if it's wrong, it's wrong. That's it. And it doesn't mean you're not a fan. But it's not just celebrity stuff. Even just in anything. Politics, people's lives, you have to remain biased. You can't get caught up on what he say, she say, and if there's actual factual information, that's what you need to be looking at. Not because they look good and feel good and have an impact on your life. All that doesn't mean anything. You have to see things for what it is what I'm trying to say. That's all I'm trying to say. You got to stop allowing yourself to, succumb to what the society feeds you. Just because it looks good don't mean it's good. You got to do more analyzing. It's okay to be biased about your favorite celebrities. Okay.
I agree.
I mean, you don't know them, so what? Who cares? I'm just saying. I mean, it'd be one thing if you was actually akin to them. That's one thing. I can get why you get defensive, because I would too. That's anybody. I don't have to be celebrity, but if it's someone personally I know, I'm going to get defensive. That's just me. That's anybody. I get it, but you don't know these people, so calm down. Y'all do a lot. Even with Obama, calm down. You don't know this man. And even all the information that's out there about him, you don't want to believe it. Or you think it's a lie, or someone is trying to bring him down, or someone's attacking him, and leave him alone. Like, come on, people. Seriously? Yeah. You got to do better. What's your thoughts on all this?
Totally, I'm all over it. I honestly, I mean, there are entertainers, or there are individuals that's out there in that world that I see, I see what they do, and I'm not taking anything away from anybody, but I also know they talk out of two sides of their mouth. So
true.
I'm not really into the I don't think that I mean, there have been people that I really like, and I have family members that are celebrities, but I don't be like, oh, well, I'm related to this person, and that person is, my family. Okay, they're really not doing anything for me, but well wishes for them, and it's all good. I mean, it's all good at the end of the day. I take certain pieces and the rest I just let it go.
You listen to the message, not
right,
the messenger.
Right. And there's good music.
Yeah.
But I also know that rewinding it, there's other messages with a lot of songs as well.
So you have negative music out there.
Right.
You just remain neutral in this.
I'm very neutral.
That's all I'm saying. You're using your discernment. You're not falling for it because it looks good. Just because it's a Will Smith or Kevin Hart. Oh my God. They would never do that. They would never say that. They'll never involve themselves in Satanism.
How could you talk about them like that? You're mean, or whatever. Like, seriously, people, please. Do y'all live in their house so that you can see what they do on a 24-hour kind of basis?
Mm.
And even if you was related to them, are they helping you out?
True. Do they care about you?
Do they care? Do they even really know you like that?
Probably not.
So
why should you care? Why?
I mean, you don't know these people. So you just, I don't know, take it, I'm neutral. Excuse me, and I'm a huge fan of Jill Scott, a huge fan of Erykah Badu, huge fan of a lot of Philly and Jersey artists. But I mean, I don't, it's not that deep. It's just not that deep.
So whatever they do wrong, you will call it out or say something about
it. Has
if to, it don't feel right.
Right. And clearly a lot of them make these videos and they tell you that they screwed up.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, they do, but some people just be like, they just don't believe it. Even if it was brought to their face by the people themselves.
They say that their mouths.
They come out their mouths and say whatever it may be, and some people still be like, no, that's not them. But they're telling you, yes, that's them.
Yeah. Here's the good one. They're trolling. They're just trolling. They ain't saying that for real. It is trolling to get reactions.
Right.
Really.
Or everything is photoshopped.
Oh my God, that's a pet peeve for me.
Everything is photoshopped. People really don't believe
nothing.
A lot of people just don't believe nothing.
They don't.
These people expose themselves every day. They say things that you really need to take heed to them saying or doing, because it's real out here. So if they tell you, yes, I worship Satan, I signed my life away,
they don't believe it.
They won't believe it.
Tekashi said it on his Instagram. Well, I mean, it got deleted. Right. Not by him, but people that he work around deleted it.
Right.
But I've had people tell me that's not for real. That's fake. He just did that to troll. For real?
Everybody's not trolling.
Did you see his face when he signed that contract? He don't look too good. He look kind of scared signing that thing. He look a little dazed out or something. He had this black man standing over there like, you better sign. Yeah, that look.
Right.
Look cool and you better sign that.
Right.
I'm serious.
It's just everything is not a scam or everything is not trolling. Wow.
That's what they say. I've seen the comments too.
Oh yes. It's just
wow. I just be like, you really believe that? Okay. You think it's trolling. Okay. Cool. That's how you feel then.
Yeah.
I don't know who would say something off the wall crap like that. Who would say that? I'm a Satanist. I sold my soul to Satan. So you saying people just gonna walk around saying that? Who would dare say that? And it's especially in this regular society. Who just gonna walk around? Just like you do groups, right? Mental health groups. Who gonna walk in there and say I'm a Satanist and I worship Satan and I sacrifice babies? Who gonna say that? So you gonna say that's trolling just to get a rise out of people?
Right, because I've had people in my group and just individuals that are in that whole mental health arena, and I've met people who don't believe in a God.
How about that one?
They practice voodoo or rituals.
How do
Or
they react when they speak of it in public in that group?
I mean, they dead on it. Like they serious about what they do. And
No, I'm talking about the people that are I'm sure opposed to it. How about the ones who like, oh my God, like how about those reactors in there?
so the reactions are like
They shot like that.
like like most people are shocked,
I had to be sitting there watching.
and and I'm looking around because it's
How did you react?
I mean, just me and how I'm set up, and I've met people of different backgrounds anyway. It does not shock me. I mean, I could disagree, but that's your life. So it didn't shock me. But for other people, they had like, ooh, is he or she?
They probably was saying that on their breath the whole time with the facial reaction.
Right.
There's a whole bunch of black people there, right?
Absolutely.
Yep. You know we got no filter.
Absolutely. And so with that, the people who have made mention of that, they were white.
Mm.
And the blacks had those reactions.
It took you a minute to say all that.
Right. And so some of them have not come back. And others,
they shouldn't.
And others have said, is that person coming back? But I'm not going to stop the person from coming just because that's like a lifestyle that they practice. My focus is their recovery of mental illness.
Like what did they spiritual walk of life had to do with mental health?
Right. Now, I forgot how the conversation went, and that's why I think it was a topic I brought up of which I'm speaking tomorrow somewhere on mental illness and religion or spirituality. How has those two incorporated for people that live with a mental illness? So this was brought up a while ago that we touched on how has spirituality and your mental health recovery, how do the two work for you? And that's how that whole topic, because there's different people there. There's different people in that circle. There's Christians, there's Buddhists, there was Wiccan, there was Muslim, there was Catholic. So it was a variety of people. And the person was just speaking on how like their following helped them. So if that person practiced Wiccan and it's a part of their recovery, okay. That's their lane.
Right. Who cares?
Yeah, I'm not.
Right.
As long
or something.
Right. As long as that person is not trying to put their beliefs on you or not hurt you, or for that matter, hurt themselves as well, then that's just what it is.
Right. That wouldn't have bothered me either. I'm like, oh, okay. Cool.
If it works for you, it works for you. Because we all have different backgrounds. That's what I say. That's what we keep saying. Like, we all come from different backgrounds. Everybody in this world is not Christian, and I'm not taking away from Christian because I grew up in Christianity from the belly. And so it's a foundation that I will be forever appreciative of to get me to where I'm at today. But people need to just stop trying to recruit or push people to be where they don't want to be. You have to, or say that someone else's practice is wrong. Well, maybe it's not wrong for them. Maybe it's wrong for you, but it's not wrong for them.
That's
because
their path.
Right, that's their path, not yours. Your path is whatever you follow and vice versa. So because you have to, like, you need to check yourself, focus on what's going on with you instead of always worrying about what the next man or the next woman is doing. So yeah, that's just to say, right, like we all are on our own quest.
Yeah, we all different, man.
We different.
It's all.
We different.
You want me to start it off?
Sure do.
All right, so the next topic is about the limo driver who killed 20 people in the limousine deadly accident. Oh, so they say, because it wasn't a deadly accident. But okay. The headline reads, The limo that crashed and killed 20 people failed inspection, and the driver wasn't properly licensed. The modified limo that crashed and killed 20 people wasn't even supposed to be on the road, New York's governor said Monday. On top of that, the driver did not have the appropriate driver's license to be operating that vehicle, Governor Andrew Cuomo said. The startling revelations brought more anguish to those grieving the deaths of 20 people in the quaint town of Schoharie. At least one victim seemed worried about the condition of the limo, according to text messages shared with the New York Times. Before the disaster, the limo was full of exuberance, 70 birthday party guests who had many reasons to celebrate. There were newlyweds and young couples and four sisters on their way to a revel at an upstate New York brewery. But for reasons still unknown, the limo plowed through a stop sign and crashed into a parked SUV, causing the deadliest U.S. transportation accident in almost a decade. All 17 passengers were killed, so was the limo's drivers. So was the limo's driver and two pedestrians. As more details emerge about the apparent broken rules, investigators also are wondering whether the unusual structure of the limo may have contributed to this mass tragedy. Federal, state, and local investigators flooded Schoharie to try to understand what happened. We don't know the cause of the accident, if it was a vehicle malfunction, which it was. It probably was remote controlled, because that's what it sounded like. If it was a driver malfunction or a driver error, Cuomo said. Now, as far as the limo failing inspection, the birthday party guests were riding in a 2001 Ford Excursion that was converted into a limousine. Those kinds of altered vehicles have worried officials, said Peter Goelz, former managing director of the National Transportation Safety Board. That's because aftermarket modifications often affect the vehicle's structural integrity and safety. That vehicle was inspected by the New York State Department of Transportation last month and failed inspection and was not supposed to be on the road, Cuomo said. The driver needed what's called a CDL, a commercial driver license with a passenger endorsement. The driver did not have that proper license, Cuomo added. The limo company has been identified as Prestige Limousine Chauffeur Service in Gansevoort, New York, according to an official with knowledge of the investigation. U.S. Department of Transportation records show Prestige Limousine Chauffeur Service has 2 drivers and 3 vehicles. Its vehicles were inspected 5 times in the last 2 years, and the company has had 4 vehicles taken out of service. In a statement Monday, the limo company said it extends its deepest condolences to the family members and friends of those who tragically lost their lives on Saturday. We are performing a detailed internal investigation to determine the cause of the accident and the steps we can take in order to prevent future accidents. The company said it has voluntarily taken our fleet of vehicles off the road during the investigation. The company has already met with federal and state investigators and plans to do so again, the statement said. Cuomo said officials are working on a cease and desist order to stop Prestige Limousine from operating until the investigation is concluded. State Police Major Robert Patnode said authorities have located the limo company owner, Shahid Hussain, who is currently in Pakistan. Let's see how long this is, and we'll see how long this article is. Yeah, that's not long. Okay, so I will continue this whole article then. State police and NTSB investigation continues. Patnode said state police investigators have recovered the vehicle's airbag control module, which is the equivalent of the black box. That company and that vehicle have been under the scrutiny of the Department of Transportation in the past, he said, declining to elaborate. State police officials seized 3 of the company's vehicles in addition to the modified limo involved in the crash, Patnode said. NTSB Chairman Robert Sumwalt said the limo was configured for 19 seats. Some seats had lap shoulder belts, but it wasn't immediately clear whether all the seats were equipped with seat belts and whether anyone had them on, Sumwalt said. In New York, limo rear passengers are not required to wear seat belts, according to Sumwalt. He says some seats remained anchored to the floor during the crash. There was also extensive damage to the front of the limo, mostly on the driver's side, Sumwalt said. The limo's engine compartment has been pushed back into the front of the passenger compartment, indicating a high energy impact, Sumwalt said. No skid marks were observed. No skid marks were observed. But the damp road conditions could have mitigated any skid marks, he said. The federal agency doesn't know the limo's speed at this point at the time of the crash. It says here the federal agency doesn't know the limo speed. Uh-huh.
Right.
The NTSB will look at several factors, including the driver's fitness, whether fatigue was an issue, the company's compliance with state and federal regulation, and its record of prior crashes, Sumwalt said. One family loses four sisters. Those in the limo weren't just friends. Many were family. Four sisters, Mary Dyson, Abby Jackson, Allison King, and Amy Steenberg, all died in the crash. State Assemblyman Angelo Santa Barbara said Steenberg's husband, Axel Steenberg, also was killed. Many of the victims were from the upstate city of Amsterdam, about 20 miles north of the crash site. Jackson was a special education teacher in Amsterdam, said Santa Barbara, who represents the part of New York where the crash happened. Valerie Ebeling said her niece, Erin Bertucci McGowan, and Erin's husband, Shane McGowan, died together. They got married just 4 months ago. It's a horrible tragedy, and there's no words to describe how we feel, Abilene said. Those were young couples, just got married and had their whole lives ahead of them. All right, come on now. There you go. Limo appeared to be in poor condition, victim said in text message. See? Victim said in a text message that this was a poor condition of this limo. Keep that in mind too. According to the New York Times, Erin Vertucci McGowan sent a text message to Melissa Healy, who was McGowan's maid of honor, that said that party bus had broken down on the way to pick them up. Instead, the friends rented a stretch limo, which was in poor condition, for the trip to the brewery, the message said, according to the paper. The motor is making everyone deaf. So it must have been a loud motor. McGowan wrote, according to the Times. Healy asked where the group had gotten the vehicle, but McGowan said she didn't know. McGowan didn't know? Wow. When we get to brewery, we will be deaf, McGowan wrote, the Times reported. Other headline, they now have no parents. Karina Halsey said her heart is completely sunken with the loss of her sister, Amanda Halsey, who was killed along with her boyfriend. I can't even imagine how it happened or why it happened, she said. And Amanda was 26, by the way. She was the peacekeeper of the family. And Barbara Douglas isn't just grieving the deaths of her two nieces, she's mourning the loss of two mothers. They were fun-loving, they were wonderful girls, Douglas said. They do anything for you, and they were very close to each other. Douglas' face grew increasingly somber as she thought of her niece's three children. They now have no parents, Douglas said. So, yeah, this is really messed up and sad all at the same time.
It is ooh.
And it sounds suspicious, man. There's a few key points that were sticking out to me. Highlights, it pops out. But yeah, it's sad and messed up. Man, and then come to find out this guy from Pakistan worked for the government. He was actually a CIA agent. And he's actually been in heavy profile government cases. So whatever deals he had with the government must have followed him. Whatever he didn't do or should have done but didn't do it correctly. And he paid the price along with other people that lost their lives over some other person's mistakes. Yeah, I mean, because I was actually digging more deep into this story. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
wow, he worked for the CIA.
Mm-hmm.
He just so happened to ride a
All
limo.
right, right.
It don't sound right. Sound like a hit to me.
Mm-hmm. Whatever that reason is, right.
Mm. Mm.
What can you say but make that face like,
Right.
yeah.
That's very unlikely a CIA
A
agent.
CIA, right.
Riding a limo. Yeah, that's. I don't know what to say about that. I do know, but yeah, I'm just silent at this moment until I say something. Until I'm ready to say something. Is there something you'd like to add to this?
You can say something. I'm not cutting. I'm not.
Oh no, you go ahead.
Oh,
Yeah, you good.
okay. So this is coming from the insider.com. The family of the limo driver involved in a crash that killed 20 people is asking everyone to reserve judgment. So Barbara Douglas of Dannemora, New York, reacts while talking about her 4 family members who died in that crash on October the 6th. So again, the family of the limo driver in the crash that killed 20 people on October 6th is asking the public to reserve judgment as investigators handle the case. They said the driver, Scott Lisnicia, didn't know the vehicle was unsafe. This was the CIA agent? Was this him?
Yeah, because he was. If it's the driver, yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And then Governor Andrew Cuomo of New York said the vehicle failed inspection and shouldn't have been on the road, but the limo company denies safety infractions caused the crash.
Because they thought about the money.
Right, of course.
That's it.
So we ask all members of the media and public to reserve judgment on the cause of the crash until the New York State Police and the National Transportation Safety Board complete their investigation. That is what Kim, who is the wife of Scott,
the limo driver.
The limo driver.
Right. Cool.
So October 6th, the limo crashed and killed 17 passengers who were on their way to a birthday party. The driver and 2 pedestrians in the town of Schoharie, New York. On Monday, Governor Andrew Cuomo of New York said the vehicle failed inspection and wasn't supposed to be on the road. The driver didn't have the proper license to drive it. New York State has moved to shut down the company running the limo service Prestige Limousine. The company denies that safety infractions caused the crash. So there are links in here that you can continue to read further on about this. In the statement, Scott, who the family of Scott, who was the driver, didn't know the vehicle was unsafe. So of course they want to beef Scott. They want to beef Scott up as they want to beef him up as the only victim. So Scott was a loving and caring man who never would have knowingly put others in harm's way. The statement said. The family believes that unbeknownst to him, he was provided with a vehicle that was neither roadworthy nor safe for any of its occupants. They said they're grieving for everyone killed in the crash. The Lisnicia family is devastated by the horrific tragedy that occurred in Schoharie, and their prayers go out to all the families that lost loved ones. They are mourning their husband, father, and brother. And they are also grieving for the other innocent souls who lost their lives. So you can further read. That's pretty much all that it had. But again, there are links that's in there. But clearly, you just mentioned that old boy was a CIA agent. So
yeah, he was a.
People gotta hush. People can't say too much. That includes the family.
You can look this up. I'm not just talking. You can look this up.
Okay?
Right. I mean.
Right.
Because I wanted to know more about the story, so I took it upon myself to do a little bit of research. And Yes, found that out. Even if it's just articles and even documentaries, or maybe just some little tidbits of a video I saw some information on it. Either way, yeah, it sounds fishy. Now I know the Prestige limousine went in cahoots with the government to give this man a faulty car to kill him off and actually uh not just losing his life, but in expense of other people's lives. How I know? Because that's where my mind went. Anything's possible with the government, as far as I'm concerned. I'm just saying, it ain't too far fetched now.
Mm-mm.
If the government came in and paid them the right money, who said they wouldn't gave Scott the faulty car just so something can happen to him in the midst of all of it, in the expense of losing other people in the process.
Right.
But hey, that's just how I thought about the whole thing. So again, I just if it's not that, then definitely it's something he didn't do or didn't say or didn't do properly, correctly when he was a CIA agent. And the government has high technology. Like they have a very high advanced technology. They do have technology where they can rig people's cars because it happens to celebrities. Not just it happens to regular people, but it definitely happens to celebrities. So if it can happen to celebrities, it can happen to regular people. So working for the CIA at that, I wouldn't put it past them if they rigged that man that limousine from some darn West Bubblefuck location, some deserted location, or
Easter Blip.
right, or at a CIA location that's undisclosed.
Right.
I'm just saying.
You never know.
Hey,
You don't put anything past anybody.
nope, sure don't. Is there something you'd like to add?
No, not.
I saw you pull up, so that's.
Oh, this is about something referencing back to Atlanta.
Oh,
yeah,
gotcha.
But no, I don't have anything to say about that because yes, they want it hush hush right now because I feel like pretty much they're
I feel like
sweeping it. Have to sweep it.
Yeah.
Have to keep the family quiet.
Everyone quiet on each side.
Everyone quiet on each side. Might even pay them off.
Right. The police and the media are working together.
Of course.
Believe me, they are.
Yes, they are.
To make up some bull crap story.
Reserve judgment.
Right. And they know to put it in quote unquote.
Quote unquote reserve judgment.
Reserve judgment. Okay, we reserve judgment, all right. Meanwhile, back at the barn, a lot of conspiracy theorists. I don't think they're conspiracy theorists. I just think they're truth tellers. Mm-hmm. Truth tellers who put in the information out there of what really happened. But whatever with the whole reserve judgment, yeah. It's judgment, all right. Judge are telling the truth. That's what I see. Oh, so I have another article that's going to be interesting too, because this probably will play a factor in this whole limo driver and this deadly car crash that killed 20 people. So the limo driver had brushes with the police and he had some kind of involvement in drugs. So let's read that article. That's coming from people.com. Troubling new details in deadly limo crash. Is the company, the driver, or the road to blame? The driver in Saturday's limousine crash in upstate New York, which killed 20 people, had previously been cited for a minor possession, for a minor drug possession. People confirms as reports emerged that the vehicle he was driving had a record of safety and inspection issues. The background of both 53-year-old Scott, which is the limo driver, and the company he drove for had come under intense scrutiny as authorities try to determine whether he caused the crash, or some kind of vehicle or road issue, or a combination of factors is to blame. Local TV station WABC reports that in a statement issued via their attorney, Scott family said they suspected he had been unwittingly provided with a vehicle that was neither roadworthy nor safe. His family described him as a loving and caring man who never would have knowingly put others in harm's way, and they urged others to reserve judgment. Here we go with that, reiterating certain things Jay said in the other article. Reserve judgment.
Reserve judgment.
Until the appropriate investigation is complete. Okay. Reports from multiple news outlets citing public records and statements from officials involved support the contention that the Limo company was plagued by inspection and safety problems. The company reported it maintains a small fleet of vehicles. According to the Associated Press, the vehicle owned by Prestige Limousine of Gansevoort, New York, incurred 22 maintenance violations. That's a lot. In 2018, the company's attorney, Lee Kinlan, said the problems had been solved, telling CBS News. Well, apparently not. After this crash that caused people to lose their lives. Anyways, the lies they tell. Click out of this ad here. Get off my tablet here so I can read this. Okay. Those safety issues have been addressed and corrected. Not all infractions are major. Come on. Really? A lot of these things are minor and were fixed. A state spokesman disputed this characterization. However, it said the limo that Scott was driving was recently ruled unserviceable, according to the AP. Kinlan instead said that the roadway itself, notorious among locals, was at issue, according to the Albany Times-Union. I think Scott came up over that hill unfamiliar with territory. Kinlan said, I think the state has been warned about that intersection for years, and the Department of Transportation is just looking to point a finger. Newsday reports that in the last 2 years, Prestige vehicle had an 80% out-of-service rate due to inspections necessitating maintenance. A limo with the same license plate as the one involved in Saturday's crash had been cited in September for malfunctioning anti-lock braking system warning lights, among other issues, according to NBC News. The limo had received a break out of service citation during a March inspection, the network reports. However, federal records do not show any previous crashes for the company's vehicles in the last 2 years until last weekend, according to Newsday. Both police and the National Transportation Safety Board are examining the circumstances around the crash. Via their attorney, Prestige has said it extends its deepest condolences to the family members and friends of those who tragically lost their lives on Saturday, according to NBC News. In another comment, Kinlan described Scott as a longtime employee and friend. Our focus right now is offering condolences to the victims. We're waiting for the investigation and process to take hold. Excuse me. Prestige representatives, Scott's family, and attorney did not respond to people's requests for comment. I gotta keep saying Scott because his last name that's too dang complicated to try to even pronounce. I ain't gonna do it to myself. Sounding crazy. Scott was at the wheel of the oversized vehicle on Saturday afternoon when it careened downhill through a stop sign at a T intersection of 2 highway in Schoharie, killing him, his 17 passengers, and 2 bystanders. Let's see. Okay. Scott has previously had seemingly insignificant brushes with the law. He has twice charged with minor drug charges in the last 8 years, according to a local news outlet and the Saratoga Springs Police Department. The Saratogian reported that on July 2, 2010, Scott, then 45, was charged with unlawful possession of marijuana in Saratoga Springs. Lieutenant Bob Gilson, a spokesman for the Saratoga Springs Police, confirmed the charge to people and described it as a small offense. It's not even considered a crime by law, so we just gave him a ticket for it. Gilson says it's nothing with an arrest photo or fingerprints. 3 years later, on November 22, 2013, Scott was charged with 7th-degree criminal possession of controlled substance, unlawful possession of marijuana, and equipment violation following traffic stop in Saratoga Springs, the Saratogian previously reported. However, speaking with people, Justin was unable to confirm the latter incident, though a record of it was printed in the local newspaper at the time. The charge, he says, may have been sealed in court, but he could not definitely explain why it was no longer available. Conveniently, that is not available. Okay. A Saratoga Springs traffic court clerk said she could not verify the information over the phone. Oh, she couldn't verify on the phone. Okay. The limo passengers killed on Saturday were close friends, relatives, and couples. So, yeah, I don't have to read any more of that. So that's coming from people.com. Yeah, there's a few holes in this article as far as getting information about this whole incident and having witness accounts and people giving their comments about it, and even the investigations that went into stuff that happened with the limo driver and just in his past, and just, I mean, there's definitely holes in here. Just, yeah. And certain people not telling things, would it sound like they got something to hide, you know? Yeah, just all of this is just crazy.
It is crazy.
Man,
It's
you have to be careful out here in these streets.
gotta be careful. Gotta be careful out here in these streets.
In these streets.
In these streets.
Gotta be careful out here on these streets.
Having fun, but really,
That's
like,
true though. Yeah.
You do.
That's
You do
real.
have to. Yeah, real rap. Like, it's totally true. So I do have something that I want to speak on as well. We're talking about Scott. We've been talking about Scott, the CIA agent, and how all this seems like it was just put into plan for it to happen. Reserve judgment, holes in reserve judgment, holes in the stories, as you're saying. You know, of course, you know, the police and you know, everything that surrounds that is going to, you know,
they change. The police and the media is changing the narrative, the whole situation. Right. Like, yeah, it's crazy.
So I have one from KTLA 5 News. Limo service operator faces homicide charges after crash kills 20 in New York. This is October 2018. So police charged a limousine service operator Wednesday with he was charged with criminally
Try to say neglecting.
Can't even get it out.
Which one? Oh, negligent.
Negligent, excuse me. I had a brain fart for a moment. Yeah. Criminally negligent. Okay, people, I do know how to talk. Negligent homicide in a crash that killed 20 people, while the man's lawyer said that he wasn't guilty and that police was rushing to judgment. Prestige limousine operator Newman Hussain was taken into custody Wednesday in a traffic stop on a highway near Albany, New York, state police said. The company, which Hassan's father owns, has come under intense scrutiny since Saturday's crash outside Albany, which killed 2 pedestrians, as we said before, and 18 people in a super stretch limo. It was taking a group to a birthday bash. Okay, Prestige vehicles have been cited with a roster of safety violations, and state officials have said the limo involved in the crash failed an inspection and was declared unserviceable September the 4th. So with all that, with just that being said, their limousine should have never, once it was found, here we go, quote again, unserviceable September the 4th, they shouldn't have even been on the street until they had taken care of but we all know, sounds good, but it doesn't happen a lot of times.
It's all about money.
All about the almighty dollar.
They were chasing the money.
Chasing the money. So it was declared unserviceable September 4th. Love these quote unquotes. The company's lawyer, Lee Kindlone, has said safety problems were fixed. though the state says that's not so, which I believe the state, they weren't fixed. As Hussein awaited arraignment and police planned a news briefing on the case, Kindalone said the 28-year-old Hussein just handled marketing duties and phone calls while his father ran the company, though police called Hussein's its operator. Always covering up, people. My client is not guilty, Kindalone told reporters gathered outside of state police headquarters in Latham. The police jumped the gun in, charging him with any crime. Hussein has had a brush with law enforcement before. State police accused him and his brother of claiming each other's name after a 2014 traffic stop, which happened while the brother was driving without a valid license. In Saturday's crash, a 19-seater Prestige limo ran off the road and plowed into a parked SUV at the bottom of a long hill in Schoharie, about 25 miles west of Albany. The crash appeared to be the nation's deadliest traffic accident since a bus full of Texas nursing home patients caught fire while fleeing 2005's Hurricane Rita, killing 23.
Yeah.
Governor Andrew Cuomo said Monday that the limo driver didn't have the required commercial license, that the limo had failed a September inspection, and that the company had no business putting a failed vehicle on the road. Prestige has a lot of questions to answer, the Democratic said at the time. The limo had been cited, of course, like I said before, September 4th, for being unserviceable for code violations, including a problem with the anti-lock brakes malfunctions indicator system. A sticker was placed on the vehicle declaring it, here we go again, unserviceable. State Department of Transportation spokesman Joseph Morrissey said. So it just keeps telling you that it wasn't. And of course, these people are going to be like, no, my son, he's just picks up the phone, he answers the calls, he does desk work. But no, he's the one. He's the one, okay?
Yeah.
And then it also states how him and his brother was doing some slick, sneaky shit, and they got caught.
Yeah.
Right? So he's not the precious one.
No.
Yes. So it was the latest in a series of inspection knocks for the Gainesville, Fort, New York-based company. 4 of its limos were cited with a total of 22 maintenance violations this year. So remember that name, Prestige Limousine. Y'all don't
in
use
New York.
If you in New York, do not use Prestige Limousine.
I'm gonna say it again. Say it again one more time, Jay.
Prestige Limousine. If you are in the New York area, do not use Prestige Limousine.
Okay? That be.
So those safety issues has been addressed and corrected, according to Kindalone told CBS News in a segment on Tuesday, which he's the lawyer, so he's gonna hype it up to make them seem like everything has been taken care of. His clients are innocent and everything.
Have a cookie cutter image.
Right. Not all infractions are major. A lot of these are minor and were fixed. So he doesn't give a damn because this wasn't his family and he wasn't affected.
Right. Let this have been a black person that done this. You think this narrative would have went the same way? No.
First of all, it wouldn't have really been reported like that.
No, they would have thrown him in jail, and if they do report it, it's gonna be a bad image of the whole situation. He's going to be just the worstest guy on earth. That's how they're gonna make the narrative seem like.
So Scott, who was the driver, of course, I know he lost his life too, but they kind of make it seem like he was the only victim.
Right.
So the wife said her husband was an excellent veteran driver with over 20 years of experience in tractor trailers and was in fine health.
So what?
So he was a damn CIA agent. I feel for these victims, the widow said. Don't believe her. I am in no way trying to make it seem like it's about me or my husband. Yes, she is. Um, that's just my opinion. I just want my husband to be vindicated. I have to stand for him because nobody else will. So they're going to have. They had a visual that was set for Wednesday. Again, this was posted October the 10th. I think they just had this visual. Um, so victims are 24-year-old Savannah Bursey of Johnstown, the accident's youngest victim. Her family is holding a private service Friday. There's other individuals that was a part of this that have been holding visuals for their family. So it's like, so it just seems to me like, okay, so the owners of Prestige Limousine is playing against not only they don't really I feel like they don't really care about these families and their
whole
loved
reaction
ones.
and tone of the whole thing. No, they don't care.
They're back and forth between who's to place blame. Of course, the lawyer is going to,
defend his client
or defend his
any
client
means
means necessary.
And I get it. That's your job.
That's his
I'm not
his
knocking
job.
that.
Right.
But it ain't innocent though.
No.
That's for sure.
Scott nor the company. Prestige Limousine, again, people, do not use them if you are in the New York area.
Jay is diligent right now.
Yes, no Prestige Limousine. Unserviceable. They are unserviceable. Don't use them. Your life could be at danger, seriously.
No, true. That is real. That's real talk.
You use common sense, people.
Absolutely.
Use common sense. If you don't believe it, do the research, read our articles.
And research about the driver being a CIA agent. Okay?
Yes.
So don't take my word for it. Research it yourself.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes.
So let's move on to this coon knucklehead.
Can we do a quick gulch, because we really didn't talk about that?
Yeah.
So I don't really know a whole lot about it, but I would encourage you guys to just read further on the gulch. So this was a statement. This is from citycouncil.atlantagA.gov. This is a press release that was done post date October 12th. So this is just a few days ago. What's today? Today's the 15th.
Yes,
This was a few days ago. This is a statement from at-large city council member Andre Dickens on the Gulch project. Okay. As read, I've read the proposed Gulch plan and subsequent materials 4 times. I've had over 300 conversations via phone, text, email, and social media regarding the proposed Gulch deal. I've talked with the downtown business people, lawyers, developers, politicians, preachers, activists, and a whole lot of everyday citizens. There are tons of opinions about the merits of the deal and the process. One fact remains clear: after all these discussions, there isn't broad support for the proposed deal. I have a substantial amount of unreadiness and cannot support it at this time. So this is at-large city council Andre Dickens, who cannot support this whole Gulch renovation. I believe that this whole process needs to start over with the goal of receiving more input and ideas from all our stakeholders. Everyone I've talked to wants to redevelop the Gulch, a goal I share for the growth of my hometown. When dealing with public land and public money, however, we must make sure the public has a voice in the decisions we make. We must work together to decide the best path forward. We must work together. I think I read that. We must work together to decide the best path forward. Right now, we are being asked to choose between one plan versus no plan, and that is limiting our vision. Developing publicly owned land in the heart of downtown Atlanta must be planned very carefully. Land is a finite finite resource. We must take our time to get this right. There are so many more possibilities to create positive social, cultural, and economic outcomes on land owned by the people over land that is privately held. I'm certain that by working together in an open, honest, and inclusive way, we can achieve meaningful outcomes that will benefit the quality of life of all Atlanteans. And that is coming from, again, Andre Dickens, Post 3 at-large City Council members. So if you would like to read further, okay, I thought I could click on that. If you would like to read further, as I really, even though I'm not a born and bred Atlanta native, because I do live here, I at least want to know what's what, because I'm here. So I want to know, I want to familiarize myself with what else is going on here.
Well,
because it affects all of us when you think about it.
Yep.
Okay. Because,
negative or positive.
Right. Because this is something that Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms wants to develop, as well as I'm sure other political parties. So, but there are parties that are not in agreement with this. So do your due diligence, as we always say. Research about the Gulch in Atlanta, where it's at, what's going on, what they're trying to propose, and just get yourself familiar with it, because tax dollars are going into it. Like it's this city is, not only from my understanding from Uno, being with Uno and other individuals since I've been here almost 9 years, because it would be 9 years in August of 2019. People who I have come in contact with that are born and raised native Atlanteans can really see how this city is not Atlanta the way that it used to be.
It ain't old Atlanta.
It's not the old Atlanta.
Me being a native, born and raised, it ain't the old Atlanta. I know what the old Atlanta is, and those who born here know too.
And it's a lot that has changed. The underground is changed.
That's closed down. That's not even the underground no more.
Right. Well, I just know it as underground. So it's closed down. Yeah. I believe they're trying to make that like a little Atlantic Station.
That whole area is supposed to be like Atlantic Station. I think that's what the Goche is in some way referring to.
Right.
Where it's inclusive. Because Atlantic Station is inclusive because everybody comes there. No matter your color, your race, your background, your religious background.
Everybody goes to Atlantic Station.
It doesn't matter. Female, male, gay, straight, it doesn't matter. Everyone goes there. Everybody.
So I'm thinking this is what they want to do downtown Atlanta, as well as all the other areas that are surrounded with that they just want to just completely just change that, where this is why prices are high, and they're going to continue to get high.
And the equity is growing for a lot in the downtown area. Ooh, man. Can you imagine them having living down there? Because I know that's coming after.
That's coming. That probably
after their coach, they're going to have
living all around it. Right. And because Georgia State is down there, they're probably going to have a piece of that pie as well.
You already
because
know.
Their students already, they have dorms and things of that nature that are already downtown off of campus.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
I mean, there's just a hotel that's downtown right across the street from the old underground, where above that hotel there's Georgia dorms.
Yep.
So like you said, there's going to be more housing for students, as well as individuals coming from out of town, as well as just those who can't afford that.
Who in a certain money bracket.
Will be living
there
absolutely.
Too.
And so they're going to wipe out anybody who feels like they're just going to stand around and sell drugs all day, dust to dawn.
I don't feel sorry for
that. I don't feel sorry for, because I truly get tired of getting up 4 o'clock, 4:40 in the morning, get my ass outside, catch a bus. I'm seeing people outside talking about some damn good morning. Good morning. What you need to be doing is getting your ass a job, right?
Doing something productive.
Doing something productive, okay?
Right.
Instead of just trashing up the neighborhood. And then by the time I get finished running around doing everything that I do.
What's your whole process going downtown though? Because you
just
mention
downtown,
all the mess that they're gonna clear out.
Oh my gosh, like they started doing that because I don't see them hanging around on, is that Alabama, I want to say, Alabama Street. They're not, right, like, so they're not down there as much as they used to be. Surely. So yes, slowly but surely they are sweeping that on out. Good.
I said it. Good.
And I need MARTA and the police to man up and woman up and stop being so scared of these people. Like, I've seen the MARTA cops down there and just common everyday people. They selling drugs all around. MARTA police is not saying nothing probably because they're getting the cut.
They're profiting off of it.
Yes, profiting off of it. So if you're not a real business person, then why are you there?
Especially you're not going to add any value to that.
Right, if you're not adding value. I
don't feel sorry for you. We all got struggles. We all have been through it. We all had past. That's no excuse. I'm sorry. I don't buy it. I don't care. I don't want to hear it.
It's just...
Stop making excuses. Do something about it.
It's just too much. You're just hanging around there and you're not doing anything. You're not being productive. You're not doing nothing at all. You're taking up space and air. So I'm going to need you to go somewhere. Sweep them wherever they need to sweep them.
Yep, and we say what we say. There's gonna be some black folks trying to rationalize why they do. No, ain't no rationalizing. They'll blame us on the white man trying to keep me down. Right. And this is an institutionalized strategy on black people to keep us stuff psychologically and financially. Okay, I understand all that. Yes, I do agree that happens. Absolutely. What does it do with right now?
Right.
What are you going to do right now? You going to let that stop you? We're trying to be a productive person in society. It might not be what you wanted to be, but you got to start somewhere, buddy. You got to start somewhere. Ain't nobody going to give you nothing.
Right.
Why?
Because that's annoying for especially for me. That's one of my many pet peeves that we as tax-paying individuals or citizens get up, go to work, go to school, and or do both, run a business. We're hustling out here, trying to have multiple streams of income while you outside in the morning like 60, 70 years old with your damn pants hanging down, trying to want to be a drug dealer. Or not doing anything at all, living off of your mother or your or chick,
your baby mama,
whoever, and you sitting in the same spot when I left you in the morning, and when I come back, you in the same spot.
That's ridiculous.
It's just a shame, whether it's around the neighborhood I'm currently in or even downtown, to the point where these women are just as thug as the men. They pimping their kids out.
I don't have no respect for
the kids. And I feel bad for the kids because they're under 5.
Yeah, also only people out there
right, in pull-ups, and they know all the street words, but they don't know how to go to the bathroom because their parents put them in pull-ups. Right, they don't know how to read. They don't know how to do the necessary things.
No knowledge of self at that.
Right,
and I got no knowledge of self.
Exactly, and I feel bad for some of these kids that's coming up now.
I feel real bad.
It's horrible what you see.
I'm just pissed off.
It's everywhere. Let's not get it twisted. It's everywhere. But we're just specifically speaking about. It's really sad what you see out here. The homelessness is crazy.
It shouldn't be this much homelessness in the world.
It's crazy, and they're closing down the institutions, or they're closing down the homes or the living or the assisted living places for individuals who have mental illness. They don't have anywhere else to go. You can't take them to a shelter. You don't keep them locked up too long. You can't take them to Grady on the 13th floor because they don't keep them that long either. They ship them right back out. And you see it on a daily with every corner. And that just breaks my heart. It's sad. It's sad that you have the mothers telling their kids, go ask for some money or some food. It's just, they hang around my job every day. I mean, every morning they have to get out there and clean the urine and the feces up because they do it right there in the public. They sleep on the bench, and I'm not trying to discourage nobody, but this is real facts that we see every day. And so I don't always want to be hearing the reality shows. I'm sorry, I see real shit every day.
Man,
And I have to face it, whether it makes me feel uncomfortable or not. Again, I can break away and get a little kiki in and have a little tea. But when I wake up, I don't see that. I see the reality of what I see
well, people want to escape
every
that.
day. And I get it if that's what you want to.
All the time, though?
So if you want to escape it sometimes, that's fine.
All the time? Not all the time.
No, I can't escape it all the time.
But they think they're going to escape it all the time.
I see it because I used to be homeless. I may not have been the dirty person begging and all of that, but I used to be homeless. So that's something that when I see that, and don't get me wrong, I know it's scammers out here, okay? I know that. But for those that are genuinely homeless, I feed a homeless man damn near almost every day, not because I have to, because that's just me. That's just my spirit. That's just who I am. Most of the time, he stopped even asking me. And I have a conversation with this man. He's not below me. I have a conversation with this man. And I don't give him scraps. Like, I sometimes don't even eat and don't even think about me being diabetic. I give him that food. That's just me. I get my blessings because somehow, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get my nourishment and things like that. But I don't give him any money. I don't give anybody any money. But if I have some extra as far as food or drink, I'm going to give it to him. I'm not saying that it happens every day, but if I can help out, I will do it.
Absolutely.
But, it's real what we see every day. I mean, we've gone into elevators. You smell urine. You see shit in the air. And I ain't talking about no dog. This human shit.
No human shit.
In the
not just on the damn floor of the elevator, on across the walls and everything.
Across the walls and everything. So this is
man.
real what we see out here. I'm not saying don't stop seeing what you're seeing and all of that.
But let's focus on reality too now.
But for people that say they like to give back, so how are you doing it? How are you giving back?
Right. Exactly.
So, but yeah, anywho.
Well, no, you're right. Like, what is they doing?
Like, what are you doing?
Right. So, yeah.
But anywho, yeah, my little rant. Okay, because that just, yeah.
I'll get it, though. I was listening.
I don't like people's ignorance when they start talking about people with mental health or suicide or homeless people. Or, just other little things. And these, right, because police officers, I hear it. I work around police officers. I hear it. It just boils my blood, and I have to wind up saying something because I can't bite my tongue no more. They don't have to agree, but, like, I don't have to agree either. So it's just people also in general. Like, I understand people can scare you. I understand that there really are some
and that can make you uncomfortable. I get
make them
too.
uncomfortable. I get all of that. So this is what is going on in life. We need to.
But tearing them down is not called for.
No.
It's not that deep. Just let it go. It's not serious. Unless you're gonna help them, shut up. What are you talking for? Because you could be in the same position.
You
with
sure
your bougie
can.
ass.
Yes, honey, that bouginess. Because I got a lot of bouginess where I'm at.
You say no? Yeah, you can't be in that position.
Yes, you sure can. Because let me tell you
the
something.
credit knock you right back down the reality.
Absolutely. Because I know of a MARTA driver.
So be humble.
Upon a time that she's a MARTA driver. She made good money. And once upon a time, just life situations happened where she was homeless. And she had, 5 or 6 children. She was homeless. And there's been other situations as well. So don't think that your high and mighty self can't be brought down. The creator or the universe or whatever you
humble.
choose
That's
to call it that you can't be broke down. You can be broke. You can bring down all the way to your ass and everything. And I have. I mean, I haven't been a rich person, but I certainly have been brought down on my butt. Okay, and so I had to be humble and gracious and appreciative and have gratitude and eventually work myself back up. So you never know. That's why I always say, be thankful when you wake up, because somebody don't have a bed to sleep on, somebody didn't wake up, somebody don't have clothes, somebody don't have food. So you have to give thanks every day.
Even wash themselves.
Wash themselves, right.
All kind of stuff, man. People dying left and right. I mean, in this times we living in. So, I mean, you can't be wasting time, man. Life is too precious, man. We got to value time. We don't have it. It's short.
You got to be appreciative for
every little thing.
Every little thing. You better be
Move any negative energy out your life, and that definitely includes people. Why waste your time? Why rationalize what is what here? There's nothing to rationalize. You got the answer, now get them out the way. Case closed. It's done. Why even waste your energy? That energy you can be focused on valuing yourself, appreciating your life, appreciating life in general.
Right.
You could be doing something else with it. If you waste some time on negativity, you slowly killing yourself anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Who has time for that? And people gossiping and drama. I mean, come on.
And if you want to change your life, it starts with you. You have to do it. If you see that you're going down the same pattern every day, you need to sit down and you need to get yourself together and stop focusing on and I'm speaking in general, stop focusing on everybody else and focus on yourself. Or else the older you're going to get, you're going to wonder why. Like, right. You're going to wonder why your life is full of regrets. That's you're going to die miserable and unhappy. For what?
All out of there, you could have changed them.
Exactly. While you were living and breathing, you could change that. It's a choice. It's a choice.
You got to get to the top of my choice.
Hashtag facts. So just be good to yourself, people. We say this all the time.
Be good to other people.
Be good to yourself. Be good to other people.
If it's deserved.
If it's deserved.
Let me make that clear.
Yes.
You can't be good to everybody, but for the most part, try to be the best human being you can be. And for those you can't be that too,
remove them. Yep. Separate yourself. Absolutely.
And stand firm on who you are, though.
Mm-hmm. Know your self-worth. I
self-care,
say that
man.
So much. Ooh, self-worth and self-care.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yes, honey.
Yes, hunty.
I look so gay.
You did. Yes, hunty. Yeah. Yeah. So, our last topic.
Since we're talking about choice, here's another choicer. All his damn choices.
He has no facts.
He now has a mind of his own. He can think.
Go ahead, start off with him.
No, you got it.
Oh, okay. So, this is coming from CNN Politics. Kanye West meets.
Oh, man, you said Kanye West. You sound Chinese. Kanye West. You just sound Chinese real quick. Dang, Kanye West got you like that? You feeling like that?
Kanye, okay? Kanye.
You should start saying that now. I'm gonna start posting it and be like, put in the asterisks inside joke.
Mm-hmm. Kanye, okay, West meets with Donald Trump at Trump Tower. So, this is an older article, however.
What year is it?
2017.
Oh, that's not the one we want.
Okay, so that's not the one that we wanted. Let's go here and let's see.
Oh, that's the right one. Well, that's the celebrity reaction, but I'm sure it gives you a background. Yeah, it still gives you a background on what happened though.
Let's see if this. Okay, so this one It's from Variety.com.
Okay.
Okay, this is a more up to date. This is October 2018. So, Chelsea Handler, Billy Eichner, and more slam Kanye and Trump's bizarre meeting. Hell on earth. Kanye West met with President Donald Trump at the Oval Office in the White House on Thursday, where the rapper touched on a variety of topics, including mental health and prison reform. West also said he viewed Trump as a
he said it.
father figure.
You should hear him say it.
Adding that putting on the Make America Great Again hat made him feel like Superman who could help the world. If there was ever a mental illness, this is it.
This nigga a joke, man. Fuck out of here.
At one point, Kanye said, "Let's stop worrying about the future. All we have is today." Trump is on his hero's journey right now. He might not have thought he'd have a crazy mother beep like Kanye West to support him. The bizarre encounter sparked a flurry of reactions on social media, with many criticizing both West's tirade and the meeting itself for taking attention away from more pressing matters. Chelsea Handler was one of many celebrities who slammed in the interaction. Kanye West says he thinks of Trump as a father. Guess who doesn't think of Kanye as a son? She tweeted. So Chelsea Handler says, Kanye West says he thinks of Trump as a father. Of course, guess who doesn't think of Kanye as a son? Ike Barinholtz, who directed the upcoming Trump-inspired political satire, The Oath, said the meeting was inappropriate given the hurricane that is wreaking havoc on the East Coast.
Exactly.
He also says in a tweet, "It's good to know that while Florida is being pummeled, by a storm, and the Dow is shitting the bed, and a us or U.S. ally beheaded a journalist, that our president is having the world's stupidest lunch with Kid Rock and Kanye West."
Kid Rock is not important because I'm not surprised. But Kanye West is the one, the dumb idiot.
Chelsea says, "Hell on earth." So pretty much this picture is showing Kanye runs up to President Trump to give him a hug. I mean, I saw that in person. It was like,
did you see the whole talk?
So I didn't see the whole one. I saw a piece of it. But it's like,
it's funny to me.
Just the most absurd.
That's the most coon ass kissing butt licking I ever seen. Because that's all I see, a coon buck dancer.
So Billy Eichner took a jab at former CBS Corp chief Leslie Moonves and other news organizations for benefiting from the ratings boost. Billy says, "It may not be good for America, but it's damn good for CBS. Man, who could have expected the ride we're all having right now? The money's rolling in and this is fun." Les Moonves on Trump 2016. So you can read more reactions. You have Jake Tapper who says, "So campaigning and spending time with a superstar rapper is inappropriate while Americans are reeling from a major storm." Or, well, you can read more on it because it has the link.
I think that's his reply. His reply to Donald J. Trump's tweet.
Okay, so Donald, the asshole says, Yesterday, Obama campaigned with Jay-Z and Springsteen, while Hurricane Sandy victims across New York and New Jersey are still decimated by Sandy. Wrong. So, wow. So these pictures are showing like Kid and Play with Trump and Kanye in
Sinbad posted that.
right,
Oh.
and Kanye braiding up Trump's hair. Wow.
Sinbad stupid.
Sinbad says, if this is where Kanye wants to be, then let him be there. Quit trying to explain Kanye to us. He's doing a pretty good job of telling us who he is and where he wants to be. Is this where the Kardashians stand also? Their time might be up also, just saying. So there are quite a bit of people who have tweeted and left a lot of different responses to this.
Even the rappers left reactions too.
Right.
But Kanye West's words and meet up with Trump says a lot in itself. You ain't gotta say a word. Just look at it.
Absolutely.
And that's coonery at its finest. I don't care what the hell Kanye West called himself trying to do. If I know I have an enemy who is no good to my people, and the factor is you are white supremacy and your goal is to destroy black people, why the hell would I want to even collaborate or have any meaning with you at all? What sense does that make? And whatever issues Kanye West knows and feels we have in our community, why he got to go to Trump for that? That's my thing. And see, that's why I got a problem with him. It's okay to try to change things, in the world, society, in the world. I get that. Because, we under an establishment that's all based on control. But there's ways to go about it. That's my whole thing. And to me, it just all seems like Kanye is doing this for publicity. It's a big old publicity stunt to keep money in his pocket. Because that's it. Because he ain't got no career. I mean, what he tried to do to Drake, when that Drake and Pusha T beef happened a few months ago, where Drake pretty much said that Kanye leaked the information about Drake's past and his dealings and behind the scenes to Pusha T, and Pusha T did the song. I mean, to me, that was a way of trying to destroy Drake, because you look jealous of Drake. And what was the point of you going? And what was the point of him going? Well, inviting Drake to. Make sure you be careful. Don't hit that.
I'm not.
What was the point of Kanye inviting Drake to Wyoming anyway? Because it did sound fishy. Why? Out of the blue, you just invite him, and then when he gets there, you collaborate and y'all talking. You're trying to pick his brain, and then next thing you know, here comes this whole beef. So whatever plans or whatever agenda Kanye got, he's practicing the same thing with Trump. So no, he can't be trusted. Then he turned around and say he didn't leak any information to Pusha T. But by his body movements don't say that. If you actually look at that radio interview he did a few months back at the Chicago radio station, he told a damn lie. How else would Pusha T know? Unless it's inside information, right? So if you know you got no career, so you try to destroy Drake to come up, it didn't work. Now you got to find another way to stay in the spotlight. So, you thought it was a great idea. Hey, let me collaborate with Trump and get some views, clicks, and some more notoriety and success, and try to come up. That's your only way. And you really think this is helping you? If anything, is hurting you. Worse and worse. There's no hope for you, sir. Kanye, there's no hope for you, sir. It's over. It's a wrap. Mm-hmm. There's no coming back from this. And especially after you said slavery is a choice.
Right.
I mean, even with this, I understand there's I get there's certain. Now, he did have a few points. I'm not saying he didn't. However, who gives a shit? This is nothing that black people don't know. Since when he's so damn black conscious now, so he's so aware of what the hell what's going on in our community now. He cares. The fuck he been? Cause he been on rock this long period of time. Now all of a sudden he he ain't brainwashed no more. He ain't under control. He ain't in the sucking place. Now you got a fucking conscience and you fucking care now, and you're trying to make a change. And you black people that support him, come on, get it. I mean, stop. He ain't gonna change nothing. Change what? What is changing? How are you gonna change something on another man's kingdom? What is he changing? Nothing but a bunch of false ideas and imaginary fucking visions. That's never gonna happen. So let's just be real. Black people who support this garbage, all things that Kanye is saying is not gonna happen. And he's the most nigga of niggas. Now, they let Obama do it, but they're not letting no Kanye do it. It's just not the reality. It just doesn't make any sense. So let's cut it out. We're supporting this guy. Any issues that we got for the black people, we need to handle ourselves. We don't need no help. We don't need no outsiders. They can't solve our problems. They can't solve our issues. We only can do that. And Kanye should know that. Why the hell are you going to Trump for that? If anything, he should have got with his own people and figure out some kind of strategies and some solutions and stuff like that. Hearing other people's problems and coming up with some solutions. Get with other black men who have knowledge in different areas that can help socially, politically, and get shit done. So that's my problem. And that's a lot of other people's problem too. It ain't just my problem. That's a problem other black people who disagree with Kanye got. It's not so much of him fucking, wanting to do something, going about it the wrong way, is the fact that he just aligned himself with a fucking white supremacist, racist, to think he finna just do some shit. It ain't gonna work. He just looks stupid. And he's just full of shit. That's just it. That's what I see. I don't know what he think he finna change. Prison reform? Huh? Oh no, white man's kingdom? You gonna change prison reform now? Oh, okay. That's very interesting. Well, guess what? I don't have no faith in him. I don't believe it. He ain't changing shit. It's gonna still be the same. It's been the same for 400 years. And prison reform ain't got nothing to always do with physical, because it can be spiritual and mental. Prison reform gonna be here another 100 years. So I'm gonna need for you black folks to stop hoping. Okay? This ain't Martin Luther King. It ain't gonna happen. I just don't take him serious. I'm sorry. I don't give a damn how good it sounds. If I agree with him or not, I just don't take him serious. I'm sorry. What do you think about all this?
I think it's a joke. It's sad, but it is a joke. It's a joke to me. So
he's a fucking embarrassment to black people. He's an embarrassment. Point blank, period. But hey, I expected it. I mean, hello, he's a celebrity. That's why I don't trust none of them. And people wonder why I say the shit I say about celebrities. Yeah. And then when the fucking truth come out, now all of a sudden everybody's surprised. They all agents. You can't trust none of them. Point blank. Anything would you like to add to this coonery? This minstrel show?
No, besides read something, because my headache is here. So to keep myself a little calm. I just want to read this.
Go ahead.
But I hear you on it. I hear you on it because it's
I ain't trying to make your headache.
No, not you. I'm just like, it's just all retarded and sad and stupid. And for those that feel like he is on the path of righteousness and he's going to change things. No, honey. Let me stay in my little box and mind my damn business.
I don't care about no damn Kanye.
I just can't with him. He's been lost a long time. Yeah, when he sacrificed his mother, he was lost. He was lost from there
Never
on
been
out.
right since.
Never been right from there.
But I don't even feel sorry for him. Again, that was a choice he made.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the price you pay.
Absolutely.
And this is why I don't deride y'all, these celebrities that y'all so-called love and worship. Because they all full of shit. Okay, go ahead.
So this last one that I'm going to read for the evening is from HollywoodLife.com. Kim Kardashian's distraught after hearing Kanye talk about being mentally ill and never wanting a woman president at the White House. His wild speech left her heartbroken. We've learned exclusively. So Kim Kardashian, look at me with her stupid ass. Kim Kardashian. I mean, she markets herself well. I definitely give her that.
I gotta give her that.
I give her that.
My hat's off too. Yes.
Absolutely.
That's it.
But not only is he sunken, he's sunken everywhere. But and he witch. Okay, so
you had to throw that in there.
Witch.
You sound mad a little bit though. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Witch. No, she can stay over where she at, honey. Again, Kim Kardashian is no longer the only person in her family to visit the White House, but she's not seeing that as a good thing. Kim, as a source close to the Kardashians told Hollywood Life exclusively, is mortified and heartbroken after husband Kanye West televised meeting with President Donald Trump on October the 11th. Kanye's trip to the White House was supposed to be a private lunch with the president and his son-in-law / advisor, Jared Kushner. Instead, it turned into a live conference in the Oval Office, in which he ranted for full 10 minutes about everything from abolishing the 13th Amendment,
that's not gonna happen,
being diagnosed with bipolar disorder, and how there needs to be male energy in the White House. Ooh, mental illnesses.
You silly.
Kim was apparently watching along at home with the rest of the nation, and she didn't like what she saw. Kanye's intentions were good, but he clearly being played by Trump, who was outright laughing at him at one point.
See?
It's just sad.
That's what I'm talking about.
The insider told us, yes.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
The problem is there's no telling Kanye how to act, and there's no advising him to be calm or cool. He's going to launch into whatever he wants, and Kim has to be there to pick up the pieces afterward.
No, she don't.
Ain't that the truth?
If it's damage to her career, her enterprise, she not. Shoot.
There's no real way to tell if Trump is actually playing Kanye. What you mean there's no actual way? The man is playing his ass. But Kim is at least right that he was amused by Kanye's rant.
Well, he's not impressed.
No, not
at
all. He
don't give a damn about black people. What part of that Kanye don't understand? How you gonna make a racist like you? I don't get it. How?
Is he on meds?
It's like a pro-black trying to get them like a white person. It's not gonna happen. Let it go.
He is seriously out there. So after Kanye finally stopped speaking and yelling at reporters, because I don't advocate for medicines, but some people really need to be put on meds.
You asked me like that.
Is he on his meds?
Like you concerned, like you close through him.
Is he on his meds? I'm just so sick because he is out there. He is. You talk about he is in a place.
He is some other place. It ain't even sunken. It's something.
So after Kanye finally stopped speaking and yelling at reporters, Trump smiled and said, "Well, that was quite something. It takes a lot to make Donald Trump think your speech is wild." The source pointed out that super momager Kris Jenner will try to do some damage control. It's her specialty.
No, it's not gonna work.
Okay,
the damage is done.
Yeah.
Kanye would mess it up. It is what it is.
Chris, have a seat.
Right.
But it may not work this time. Nobody sees how she's going to do that. Yeah, they told us. But everybody is just concerned about Kanye right now. Hollywood Life reached out to Kim's rep for comment, but did not immediately hear back. Chris, honey, you can't do anything. Super mama girl. Like, what are these people doing?
There's no damage control. What damage control?
I'm over it. I'm over it.
Kanye West. Lord have mercy. I understand you don't want to be controlled.
Is he programmed? Like, is he programmed as well? Like,
he was. That's why he's acting the way he's acting. He don't want to be programmed or controlled. Which I get it. I understand he don't want to be controlled. He don't want people to dictate what he should say. I understand that. You want to have your own mind. However, if it's at the expense of your own people, that's not cool at all, man.
Like, seriously, something wrong with him. And it's past a bipolar.
It's past that, man.
It's past bipolar.
But I'm just saying, but I mean, I understand he don't want to be controlled.
I understand the whole thing about not wanting to be controlled. I get that.
Well, black people feel like he feel like black people bully him. Sir, it's not about bullying. It's he's not rationalizing what he's doing in the moment. That's what we're trying to get him to understand. To seeing the big picture. Do he understand what he's doing right now? Aligning himself with white supremacy. How does that look? That's all we're saying. It's not about control. It's
and Trump is showing him.
It's the right and the wrong.
Trump is showing him like, you look stupid.
And Kanye don't care.
Yet you go and hug this man and say he's like a father figure.
He says love. We all need love.
Ooh.
Oh, to a white supremacist? Love? Oh, okay. So when you go perform in a racist town, they drag your black ass to the woods somewhere, hang a tree. What you gonna be talking about? Love.
Right.
Everybody ain't deserved of love, sir. So what the fuck are you talking about? If someone is trying to cause harm to you or they're a threat, you supposed to defend yourself, even if it gets to violence and hate. If it comes to hate, counterattack the hate. Eye for an eye. I'm all about love too. Me too. However, you can't show it to everybody. You have to be diligent in that. Like, you have to have some. You have to know who to love and who not to love. Everybody's not deserving of love. That's all us black people trying to say, Kanye. Stop looking foolish. If you know he's in a regime, this is a regime of white insanity and white supremacy. Don't even involve yourself in that. Period. Case closed. I mean, I don't know where he get this bullying mess from. I don't get it. No one's telling you to be Democrat. I don't know where that even came from. No one told him to be Democrat and Republican and all that. No one, who cares? We're not talking. Black people, we don't give a fuck about that. We're not talking about that. We're talking about be careful what you say and what you do. That's what we're talking about. When it comes to the betterment of our people, you have to be wise in what you say and what you do. If you're trying to help us, it's got to be in our best interest, not in the sense of us now. That's just really dismantling us. That's not really helping us. And you giving white supremacy our ass on a platter. That's basically what you're doing. That's all we saying, Kanye. You like a fucking fool, man. Get the fuck over yourself, man. dude, he's so consumed in this damn stuff. He don't know what the hell's reality, whether he coming or going or not. Is he on his meds?
He just,
Child. Yeah, he
I
woke
can't
all
even,
right.
I can't even begin to explain him right now.
He got all them yes people around. He needs some real motherfuckers around him, man. He needs some sisters. Slap the shit out of his ass or something. Yeah, he do need to go back to Chicago. Let some of them black women put some foot in his ass. Cause he cutting up right now. Damn. You got all these black activists out here who really putting in the footwork. You couldn't get with them and they had make some stuff happen. You had to get with Trump of all people. Black people, what does that tell you? Of all the black people out here who's trying to help our people, you tell me he couldn't find out who they was or find out through social media, because it's not hard to find them. All he had to do was make a post and say, I'm looking for such and such, and a whole bunch of people would have been tagging names. It's not hard to find these people at all. You tell me he couldn't collaborate and get with a bunch of brothers and sisters who can do something for us? So yeah, I feel like that move he made with Trump was a finance strategy. Not nothing for the black cause. I have nothing more to say. I'm not going to waste my time on this idiot. Anything else you want to say before we wrap up?
No, there is not. I appreciate Lucille Tucker.
Yes, appreciate Lucille Tucker for joining our podcast.
As well as Candace the Shiro Johnson.
Thank you, Candace Johnson,
for joining us. Also, thank you in advance for those who will listen to our replay for the podcast.
Thank you so much.
And hope that you guys continue to enjoy wherever you may be at. Enjoy the rest of your time. Have a better tomorrow on purpose. And we look forward to seeing you next Monday.
So stay tuned for the next great show. Good night, people.
Good night. Peace and love, positive vibes, and great energy.
Yeah.